every now and again in the garden you have a plant that just doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and you end up with a gap that is such a focal point that you need some filler plants. So this video is about filler plants. Hello, I'm Rosie Hardy. This is Rosie Hardy Gardening. If you enjoy our videos, please do subscribe to the channel. Now, filler plants, what do I mean by that? They all have four things basically in common. One, they are easy to propagate. Two, they're easy to grow in a pot. Three, they're easy to get from in a pot to a really good sized plant pretty quickly. And thirdly, they are quite easy to then remove from the border to move to another place once they've done their job without causing you any chaos. So I've got a selection here. There are plenty of other ones, but this just happens to be ones that I think are really good and that are easy to do. So you've got Verbena. And this is Verbina Rigida. Verbina Rigida grows really easily in a container. You can have it there in a container to be used as a container plant, but should you need something for the front of the border in a sunny position, then Verbina Rigida is really easy. Grow it from seed, you can grow it from cuttings. So there you go. Easy to propagate, and it makes a big plant very, very quickly. Excellent for stuffing in a hole when something's gone wrong and you need something in there. That's one for you. Then the much maligned hardy chrysanthemums are also really good. So if you've got a late season, this is one of the earliest coming into flower. So this is Chrysanthemumdixster Orange. Look at that colour. It's absolutely fantastic. This is going to make a really good sized plant very, very quickly. You do it from cuttings. So, you know, it's an easy plant for you to be able to get there and put it into the borders. This will go sun to part shade. It's going to be a sort of a middle of the border type of plant. So that is brilliant. It's really excellent. As I say, cuttings, or you can take basil cuttings from it, but it makes a big plant very, very quickly. Then you get the Oenotheras, or what a lot of you know as Gora. And this one is Rosy Shimmers. This is one that we've bred here at the nursery. This one's going to get a bit taller, but they are really easy, grow in a pot very, very nicely, and incredibly easy to put into any bits and pieces in the garden. So they are something that I would always grow as an extra, just in case, because you just don't know. You know, the season can be dreadful. A child can go in there, a dog, a cat can go in there and destroy something, and you've got a party or something, you need a filler plant. That's what you've got. These are what these are all about, and these are easy to take from cuttings. So if you like propagating, have a look at my propagation course. Then something else which is easy from seed, and this is the Lichness. Now I haven't got this in flower, so this is the white flowered form. They're now Silene, coronaria, Alba. So this is the white form. Beautiful silver foliage. So even without the flowers, it's going to make an impact in a border. It's going to make a lovely round mat, and then you get these beautiful white flowers on top of it. Excellent filler plant. I wouldn't be without these. Collect the seed, and then whenever you are sowing seeds, throw a few in. If you don't need them, throw them away. Give them to people. That's what propagating is about. If you go and produce too much, give them to somebody else. Give them to the local school. They're always after plants. So that is a really good one for putting in. Then another one, this is another perennial. Now you wouldn't do this one from seed. This is Rudbeckia Goldsturm. Beautiful daisies, really excellent. They make big plants very, very quickly. And of course they're easy to divide. So if you divide them up, you've got a few left over, put them into a pot. They make really good plants for putting out should you have that problem. You need something else to go in there. So this is a division one, really good, excellent, does so well. If you want something for a taller area, sunnier area, and people are going to go, oh no, not that, Verbena Bonariensis. Now, as a lot of you will know, I cannot get this to self-seed around in my garden whatsoever, so I grow them regularly as potfuls, and I will put them out in the garden as young plants. So these again are something which I wouldn't be without. They're great in amongst containers, you know, you can just dop them in around and you get that height instantly, and it's a really fabulous thing. So don't poo-poo things which self-seed around, because quite often they are the things that you are going to need if you have a problem area. So this one's for the tallest heights, so that is great. Verbena Bonarensis. Then there are salvias. So a lot of the half-hardy salvias, so in other words the ones that you need to protect during the winter, also are brilliant filler plants because they make big plants very, very quickly. That's how they grow. You start them off as cuttings, keep them over winter inside, have one or two spare, put them out in the garden, they make really good big plants. This one's going to get pretty tall. This is Salvia Indigo Spires. I always forget the name on this one. Salvia Indigo Spires, very upright, beautiful indigo flowers on here. It's going to get up to sort of 3-4 feet, 1 meter, 1 meter 20, so excellent, and then it makes a lovely shape. So this is, again, is a really good plant to have a few of in containers. Now if you want them bigger plants, then you'd have them in a bigger pot, but as soon as they get in the ground, off they go. And with all of these, if you're just putting them in for the summer, when you go to the plants to dig them out, they won't be difficult to get out. So that's the beauty of most of these. You can lift them and move them and put them somewhere else. If they're the half-hardies, you just lifting them, putting them inside, that's fine. Take some more cuttings. This beauty here, I love this. Now this is a great fun plant. This is an Ageratum Pylatum, so this is a perennial form and it's a taller form. So this is not as tall as it can get. It can go up to somewhere near 2 feet in height. Lovely fluffy purple lilac flowers on it. Keeps on flowering, keeps on flowering. This is the plant that gives. And you just basically take cuttings of it, young cuttings of it, into a big container, out into the ground. They are fabulous filler plants, gap fillers, really, really good. So if you can't think about what you're going to be doing with an area, these are the plants that you want to be putting in. You then aren't bored, you aren't worried that you've got a hole in the garden, you know, in that border. And then you have time to think about what you really want to do. You can take photographs once you've got the gap fillers in. You can take photographs before you put them in. And then you can go, I didn't really like that colour, I didn't like that size. So that then concentrates the mind onto what you actually do want to put into that gap now that you've got it. And always remember, if a plant dies, I always think of that as a real bonus because, hey, I've got now a hole, I've got gaps, I can go and find something new, something different. You know, think on the positive if something goes. Oh, great, I've now got somewhere I can put something else in. This is another salvia. This is a different colour. This is a different form. This is a shrubby type one. It's going to come out. Has these beautiful coral coloured flowers on it. This is Salvia Silke's Dream, and it's a really, really super one. But again, it's a half-hardy. Sometimes it will survive over the winter outside, but most of the time you need to be taking cuttings. So you're taking cuttings. That's brilliant. You'll have 1 or 2 free for putting into certain areas should something fail. So that is another good one as well. And then the last one, good old favourites, the sedums, Hylotelephium now. Again, easy to divide, easy bulking up. You know, they want to just grow. Once you've split them up and you've put them into containers or you've put them in the ground, they are so easy. So they will make a good plant. They'll be very, very beneficial to put in, but again, easy to lift out because they don't run around. So they, you know, you can just put them in for a time being. There they are. They're very happy. And it's great. So that is what the fillers are all about. Easy to propagate, easy to grow in a pot, easy to get to being large sized plants within a season, and then easy to remove from the gap where you perhaps didn't want them, but they did their job and you had a beautiful full border. So I've just arranged them so that you could see that actually you could put all of these together and they would make a really lovely border in their own mannerisms. So basically you've got the sedum right over the far side there, the beautiful orange of the chrysanthemum there, which is going to get a little bit taller. You've got the silk stream here, which again is going to get taller. Then you've got the indigo spires, which will go up. It will compete in height with probably the Verbena Bonarensis, which is just wafting around at the back here. The Gora, which is in here, that again will go up a little bit, so you've got spires. Then you've got the lovely daisy orange here, so you've got that sort of carry through of colour, the lovely fluffiness of the ageratum and the verbena there. So all in all, you could mix and match and make a beautiful border with just these filler plants. So if you have another little bit of space, these could go in, but each of them in their own right can go and be those wonderful gap fillers for you. And it's just a beautiful array of perennials, which are easy to propagate, as I said, easy to grow in a container, get to a large size pretty quickly, and then you can remove them without them being a nuisance once you've lifted them out of the ground. I hope this gives you some ideas, gives you the energy to get out and do some little bits of tweaking in the garden that you've got already, and just enjoy your plants and your garden. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel. If you want to watch another video of mine, YouTube thinks this one is perfect for you.